Greetings, whiskey folk, and welcome to the official Dram Association unbottling of the Bladnoch 19-year-old. This is the 2022 release here on Drinking Out Loud. Right, so why we're releasing this? Well, this is because this is the drop-in-dram. You can come and try this in store if you're a premium member. This is the premium dram for the month of April. If you're not a premium member already, then, well, it's too late for this one. It's already been released at this point, but you can get on the list for the next premium dram in May. Just sign up at dramassociation.com and just look for the menu for Dram Association Premium. $10 a month is all it costs, and you get 10% off not only featured whiskies, but all whiskies, as well as getting to sample some of these in-store drams, plus 5% off tastings too. So that's kind of fun. Tastings including the upcoming Tournament of Bourbons, where we're going to pit 8 bourbons in a blind head-to-head face-off against each other. Tickets for that are available right now at stratliquor.com. Right, let's first of all, of course, admire the presentation and read the box. This is lovely, isn't it? I've always been a fan of the new Bladnoch presentation. They're hefty, and they don't fall over on the shelf when you're like stocking them and pushing them backwards. They're not too bottom heavy, you know. That's important. You don't want too much breakage in your whiskey. A lot of whiskey manufacturers don't realise that. All right, Bladnoch. We've got some information on the side about the distillery. In Galloway, a collection of bluestone buildings sits perched on the river Bladnoch. Dating back to 1817, Bladnoch is one of the oldest single-malt Scotch whisky distilleries. With a rich story spanning more than 2 centuries, Bladnoch is still in flow. Spirit of the Lowlands, established 1817. What we got on the other side? In the rapid flow of life, there are moments of stillness. Oh, how beautiful. It's like a poem that's been written by ChatGPT. It's great. In the early mornings, the silence of the dawn, the beauty of a crashing wave. In the quiet reflection by a roaring open fire, the deep connection between friends sharing a great Scotch. Like a tranquil pool in the bend of a rushing river, this is the spirit of Bladnoch for over 200 years, still in flow. Hey, why not describe your distillery in the form of poetry? I think that's quite beautiful. The back of the label gives us not much more information. Got the address. But if you need the address, let me know. I can hook you up. All right, let's open her up though, because the bottle is something else. Look at this beautiful thing. Look at that stopper. It's ridiculous. It's full on decanter style bottle that we've got going here, and I like the sort of natural round corners on the bottom as well. It's really cool. So yeah, this is 19 years old. It is a PX Sherry cask matured whiskey of 2022 release. It's 46.7 ABV. It's just more poetry there. Here we have some actual information about the whiskey. Great. Non-chill filtered. Good. Natural colour. Good. It's not cask strength though. Well, or at least it doesn't say it's cask strength. 46.7. I mean, it is a strange number. Maybe it is. It seems unlikely though. I don't think it would be that low. Aged in PX sherry butts. So not just finished, but aged in PX sherry butts, and that's an important distinction. Bladnoch's master distiller, Dr. Nick Savage, hand-selects every cask to bring together this intense expression, showing notes of dark licorice, dried apricots, and aged oak on the palate. A tribute to rare lowland single malt Scotch whisky. Yes, this is a lowland. And it's much like our other drop-in-dram, the free drop-in-dram this month. We're looking at a distillery that's had a bit of a rocky history. It's had changes of ownership, in this case, several times over the last few years. I've got it written down here, actually. So, in 1993, it was owned at the time by Guinness, apparently, or then United Distillers. In 1993, it was decommissioned. It was purchased again in 1994, but didn't commence production again until the year 2000. Then in 2014, it went bankrupt, and in 2015, a new owner from Australia took it, and they didn't start production again until 2017. So it spent a lot of its time not actually making whiskey recently, which makes it older and rarer. And, well, not older, but a lot of there's gaps in its production. Like, you can get a 10-year-old, you can get a 19-year-old, but you can't necessarily get a 12-year-old, maybe. There's years that it did not produce whiskey for. And it is rarer because there's just not that much of it. It's nice that we can actually finally get it over here in BC again. It came back last year, maybe the year before, and I hadn't seen it for the half decade before that I've been working out here in BC. So it's nice to see it back. It really is. And yeah, I've been a fan of this new era of Bladnoch that I've had so far. I don't know how I'm going to open it though. There doesn't seem to be a tab. I'm just going to attack it with my fingernails. Not that I've got particularly good fingernails right now. I might have to bring in reinforcements. I might have to bring in the pen. All right. I recommend a knife, but I don't have one handy. Let's see if a pen can get through it. Just about. All right. Thank you, pen. It's not helping too much. All right. I should keep a knife at my desk for events like this. All right. We're in. We're in. We've got it. Thank you, pen. You did your job. Actually, you did someone else's job. This is the cork pop. Let's see. That felt very satisfying. Sounded awful. Let's try that again. Come on. Maybe it's just I might have to amplify it so you can hear it. It's very quiet, but that's probably just the style of enclosure. I don't know. Well, it doesn't score very highly on the cork pop, I'll tell you that. And I'm also looking at this. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to fit a measured pour spout in this for the in-store drams. I might have to decant this into a regular shaped bottle to be able to share it amongst you. So if you do see someone bringing out probably an empty S&WS bottle from the cupboard that just says Bladnoch written on it, trust me, it is this. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to pour from either, especially when you can't get all the plastic off. I just kind of caught some in its little apron here. Oh well. Oh, but does that smell good? It smells way older than 19, and I think that's partially because it spent its entire life in that PX cask. It smells dry, refined. This would be, if this was an S&WS whiskey, if this was, that would be nice, wouldn't it? A 19-year-old PX Bladnoch from the S&WS. Ooh. A, it would be very expensive rare bottling, but B, I think they'd have a hard time trying to figure out whether this would be old and dignified or deep, rich, and dried fruits. It kind of straddles the line between these two flavor profiles in the S&WS, but it's very much in that dark, peppery, lacquered oak, like leather-bound books in a library, eating a bowl of raisins. It's deep, it's dark. Much like the last one, it's got those stewed figs and dates kind of flavors, but this one has a whole lot more tannins and oak going on as well. From the age, I assume. Again, it tastes like a whiskey in its 30s. Nutty, dark chocolates. It's got that nice sort of coffee-like depth to it. Yeah, I don't mind this. I think this is a pretty damn good whiskey. Glad that I get to try this one. Glad that I get to share it with you guys too. Just looking up a little bit of trivia about this one. It does have official flavour notes: the flavourful cask imparted delectable notes of dark licorice sticks, dried apricots, and warming nutmeg. Okay, yeah, licorice. I find licorice to be a very potent flavour. I'm not sure I would say licorice necessarily in this, but it's definitely got those darker, spicier kind of a notes that kind of go hand in hand with that. Apricots? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, all right. Definitely the nutmeg. Definitely nutmeg. No denying the nutmeg. So, much like the last whiskey, the Glenallachie 10. Sorry if I just spoiled that for you if you haven't watched the video yet. Our free dram this month is the Glenallachie 10. Great. Cask strength, batch 8. Ooh. That won the best single malt whiskey in the 2021 World Whiskey Awards. This, the year later, in 2022, won the best single malt in the category of 13 to 20-year-olds. So, yeah, this is theoretically the same sort of level of prestige as the Glenallachie 10. So it's kind of nice having the two of them together at a tasting like that. Here's where I have to admit something. One of the reasons that that's good. One of the reasons that I'm pulling this out for our in-store dram, we actually only have 3 bottles left. and I really wanted to try it before it's gone. So this is, yeah, it just worked. It just works, and yeah, I'm being a little selfish, but hey, at least I'm sharing. Nick Savage, the distiller at Bladnoch these days. Forgive me if I'm wrong here, but I'm fairly sure he's the guy behind Macallan, and I can kind of see he's certainly got a style going around him. There's certainly something Macallan-esque about this, in the best way. I know Macallan gets a little bit of bad rep these days, but in the best way possible, this is a Macallan-esque whiskey. If you are a fan of old school Macallans, a fan of 19 to 20-year-old Macallans, yeah, this is probably gonna make you a happy camper. Nice. Well, like I said, there are 3 bottles available. Regular price is $301.65, but of course you get that sweet 10% discount. It is $271.49. So even if you aren't able to come and try this in store, no matter what Dram Association level of membership you're on, whether premium or regular, you get that 10% discount whilst it's available. It's available online as well at stratliquor.com. And yeah, anywhere Canada Post is willing to go, we are willing to send whiskey with it. So yeah, if you're in Canada, feel free to pick up a bottle of this. Oh, it's got hang on. There's one of the most satisfying things about buying like a new electronic item or something is when it's got that film that you can peel off and it's all nice and it can never be this nice again, so you know it's going to get covered in fingerprints. Here we go. I'm going to peel the film off the lid. Ooh, how shiny is that? It's never going to be this shiny again, guys. All right. With that, I thank you all for watching. I hope you tune into the next ones. I do have... I haven't had a time to film them yet, and I'm going to make sure to do so shortly, although I am also trying to paint my kitchen. We're going to have the follow-up, the reviews from that boutique whiskey tasting that we did recently. Maybe I'll see if I can get a special guest into that one as well. That'd be fun to have a co-presenter for those. However, you can already go and see what scores they got and take advantage of a 10% discount if you go to the featured drams section of the Dram Association page, dramassociation.com. But yeah, you'll see those videos soon. We just dropped the outturn video a couple of days ago as well. If you're interested in the SNWS's April outturn, some fantastic whiskies in there. Yeah, see you later. Thanks for watching.